Welcome to the lecture. If you want to become Certified SolidWorks Professional and you want to accelerate your career, you want to stand out on the job interview, you have to pass SolidWorks certification exam. How to take this exam and how to pass this exam, find out on the end of this lecture. If you find this video useful, click like and subscribe. The first tool that we're going to show is Base Flange tool. You can find this tool here on the sheet metal tab, and here on the left side we have Base Flange tool. With this tool you can create a sheet metal component, but for that you need a sketch. So you can create a base flange by using a single open sketch, or single closed sketch, or multiple contained closed sketch. And we're going to show all three examples. So before we use this tool, we're going to create a sketch on the top plane. So let's go on the top plane. Let's create a new sketch. Now we're going to select your center rectangle. Let's go right to the origin. Let's create some rectangle like this. Now let's add some dimensions here. So let's go here with 1000 like this, and let's go here with 700. And we can see that this is closed sketch. Now we're going to use this sketch to create a sheet metal component. So now we can exit our sketch, or we can go directly to sheet metal, and we can select here Base Flange. And here we can see the preview. On the left side we have sheet metal parameters. We're going to explain some parameters in this lecture, and the rest of them we're going to explain in the next few lectures. So let's go here to the sheet metal parameters. The first parameter that we have is thickness. Now here we have 2 millimeters, but you can change this. We can go for example with 5, hit enter, like this. Or we can go for example, let's go with 20 just to see the difference. Now you can see the difference. As well, you can go here with reverse direction, so we can go to other direction. So we can check this reverse, and now we have a thickness in this direction. But let's uncheck reverse direction. Let's go with 2 millimeters. So thickness field is used for specifying a uniform thickness for a sheet metal component that we are creating. Let's click OK. Like this. And this is our first sheet metal component. Now if we go here with the Feature Manager design tree, here we have few folders: sheet metal, base flange, and the flat pattern. We're going to explain those folders in detail in the next lecture. But now let's look here on the base flange feature, this one here. We can open this, and here is our sketch. If we want to, we can edit sketch. We can go here, edit sketch, like this, and for example we can change some dimensions. Let's go here with 800. Like this, and let's exit sketch. As well, here we have the base flange one. We can click here and we can go edit feature, like this. And as you can see, we can't change here the thickness, but we can override default parameters. So we can check here, and let's go here for example with 3 millimeters, hit enter. Let's click OK, like this. Now if you look here on the Feature Manager design tree, here we have a cut list. Let's open this. And here we have only one sheet, because we have only one sheet metal body. Now later, when we're going to create a second sheet metal body, then here we're going to have 2 sheets. So this is how you can use Base Flange tool on the single closed sketch. Now we're going to create a single open sketch. So let's go here on the front plane, and let's create a new sketch. Let's get normal too, like this. Let's select here a single line. Let's start somewhere here. Let's go with vertical line down. Now let's go with horizontal line. Let's go here with vertical line, like this. Let's add some dimensions. Let's go here with 900. Let's go here with 300. And let's go here as well with 300. Like this. Now let's select here origin point and this point here, like this. Let's go here with 900, like this. Always try to make sure that your sketch is fully defined, which means that your sketch is black. As well, down here you can see the fully defined. Now let's exit the sketch, like this. And now we're going to use this sketch to create a sheet metal component. So let's go here to the sheet metal tab, base flange, like this. And now here we have to select a plane where we want to create a sketch or an existing sketch. So we're going to select an existing sketch. So let's select this sketch here, like this. And now here we can see on the left side we have a few more options. Now here we have direction 1 and direction 2. So we can open here direction 1, and here we have end conditions. So we can see that here we have blind, up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface, midplane. Those are all end conditions that you have here on the features, extrude boss base and extrude cuts tool. So let's go to the sheet metal, and let's go here with the blind. Let's go here in direction 1, 500 millimeters. Let's hit enter, like this. Now if we want to go to direction 2 as well, we can check here direction 2. And now as well, here we can select the end condition. Let's go with the blind. Let's go with 200, like this. And now we can see in direction 1 we have 500 millimeters, and in direction 2 we have 200 millimeters. If we want to reverse direction, for example, if you want to go in this direction 500, you can just simply click here, reverse direction, like this. But let's uncheck this. Now what is the thickness of this sheet metal component? The default thickness is 2 millimeters. Why is 2 millimeters? Because here on the first sheet metal component we had 2 millimeters. And that's why this thickness is transferred directly to this sheet metal component. But if you want to override this thickness, you can go here, override default parameters. And now for example, here we can go with 4 millimeters, like this. As well, here we're going to introduce another parameter, and that is bend radius. So what is the bend radius? Let's change here the view. Let's go here to the front view, like this. So here we have automatic radius, as you can see here. And let's go here. Inner edge and outer edge, as you can see. So this inner edge here, this is bend radius. And here we have 0.5. For example, if I change this to 3, now you can see here the changes. Now we have a bigger bend radius, like this. Now let's click OK. And this is our result. Now here on the Feature Manager Design tree, here under Cut List, we have two sheets, Sheet 1 and Sheet 2. Now here we have multi-sheet body. Down here we have a new feature, Base Flange 2. We can open this, here is our sketch, and here we have two bends. Bend 1 here, and the bend 2 here. So we can go here to the Base Flange, Edit Feature, and here we have our features, as you can see. For example, now we're going to check here, override default parameters, like this. And now here we have 2 millimeters for the thickness and 0.5 millimeters for the bend radius. Let's click OK. Like this. Now let's try to measure here the bend radius. So we can go here to Evaluate, Measure. Let's select this edge here, like this. So here we can see that the radius is 0.5 millimeters. So this is the correct. So this is the second example how you can use Base Flange tool. And now we're going to show the third example. So here we had single close sketch, here we had single open sketch, and now we're going to show how we can use a multiple contained close sketch. So again, let's go to the top plane, let's create a new sketch. Let's go to the sketch, like this. Now we're going to select here a simple circle, like this. And now here we're going to create few circles, like this and this. The measures are not important, so we're going to go here to the Display Relations. Let's go here with Fully Defined Sketch. And let's go with OK here, like this. So the measures here are not important, just make sure that we have here Fully Defined Sketch as we have here. So let's go now to the Sheet Metal Base Flange tool, like this. So here as well, by the default, we have thickness 2 millimeters, because here we selected 2 millimeters, and we can override this if we want. But this is not what we want, so we're going to click here, OK. And now here we have sheet metal component with 2 holes. As well, you can create those holes later after you create this sheet metal component. And we're going to show that later in the lectures. So now here, on the Feature Manager Design tree, we have 3 sheets, Sheet 1, Sheet 2, and Sheet 3, like this. And here is our new Base Flange feature. So as we talked before, here we have bend radius, this one here. So how do we define the bend radius? The bend radius is defined based on the thickness of the sheet metal, material, and the available tooling to be used in the bending process. But how do we know that? Well, you can ask manufacturer which bend radius you have to use, or you can search online for the specific thickness, what is the appropriate bend radius, or you can use a gauge tables that we're going to show later in the lectures. So this is how you can use a base flange tool. So remember, you can create a base flange by using single open, single closed, or multiple contained closed sketch. As well, you can define the thickness and you can define the bend radius. In the next lecture, we're going to talk more in details about those features and folders on the Feature Manager design tree. If you're tired of watching on YouTube videos and buying cheap courses who always leave you wishing and wanting for more, and you want to have personal support to learn the SolidWorks from the absolute zero to the professional level to improve and start your career, check the link below and visit our Super SolidWorks Accelerator Academy. As well, if you like this video, click like and subscribe.